Hi pals, it's me Artie, there pronouns only, and this week's video I thought I would have a little bit of fandom headcanon fun because I am desperately waiting for the next season of Yellowjackets because I feel like it's the only show that's still going that has a fucking online fandom. I swear to God, no, I just don't feel like anything else has an active fandom that's actually still going right now. Besides Heartstopper, and like Heartbreak High only seems to be active when there's a new season, so fact in the fandom space. But I thought I would just have a silly little video where I gave you my headcanons for everybody in Yellowjackets' sexuality. Excuse me, because I mean that's what most of the online fandom is. I'm just surprised that's still on, because I feel like that's one of the main things that comes up in the fandom online generally, is talking about different headcanons or like little sprinkles of like hinting in both the scripts and also just in the aesthetics of the show. So I wanted to come in and just talk about what I think, what I want from this. And like, I have to preface this, obviously this is just my headcanons. This is just how I feel, how I want to see Yellowjackets. It is absolutely no, and like I'm not expecting everybody to agree with me. Like I'm kind of down for the multi-shipping as well, because like they're just out. What the fuck else are they doing out there? What are they doing out there? So yeah, it's just a bit of fun. And I just want to participate in my way in the Yellowjackets fandom. Thank you very much. So I will start off with Misty. I think she's our evil bisexual trope. Because I mean, I don't think that she isn't interested in men. I think that she is the type of bisexual that puts men off so much that most of the time her only option is women, but even then she puts them off so much. She needs somebody to match her freak, you know, and there's just not many people who will do that. She definitely has extremely gay relationships going on, particularly with Natalie. Her and Natalie are so gay, or like the way she is with Natalie is very gay. I don't necessarily think Natalie feels the same way back to Misty in particular, and sees her more as like a friend, if anything at all. But I feel like she is bisexual. I think that whatever his name is, that guy in the last season that she's been sort of seeing, sort of not, and detectiving around with, I think she's really down for him. I think she did have a crush on Coach Ben, but I also think she's a raging girl lover. So, and of course I feel like Natalie is definitely the chaos bisexual vibes. I feel like she's messed around with pretty much everybody minus Coach Ben, because they are besties. And obviously Harvey, because he is young, he's just a boy, you know. But I think that Natalie can fall in love with whoever. I think I love her and Travis a lot. I know this fandom really hates Travis, and I don't really know why. I feel really bad for this kid. Like, his dad's dead, even though he had a bad relationship with his dad. He's stranded in this situation that he didn't even want to be in, and also his brother's dead now and they ate him. I would also be kind of emo. I mean, I know he slept with Jackie, but like, I don't care. Anyway, I love her and Travis. I also love her. I feel like her and Kevyn, adult her and Kevyn, minus the a cab necessary for that sentence. Why the fuck is the goth kid a cop? I don't know. Can you imagine? Anyway, I think minus that aspect, I think her and Kevyn could have fallen in love. I think he could have been what she needed. R.I.P. Right, R.I.P. And also, I'm absolutely down with her and Lottie. I'm down. Like, I really think that's my end game. What is it called? End game. Same. 30 years old. Can't remember fandom words anymore. I really think that they should be end game. And if she's actually dead, I don't know how I'm going to take season 3. I'm not going to lie. I was devastated. However, with all TV shows, you can never really be sure. They're not dead until you see they've died, but also they may still come back to life, and they're not dead until you've seen them buried, but even then, they might not be dead. So I'm really grasping onto hope here because she's my favourite, actually. Natalie's my favourite. Really relate to her quite a lot, actually, personality-wise. Not the drugs, but like the personality. I'm a sullen little I'm okay with the canon of Taissa being a lesbian. I have no notes. I actually saw a really funny Tumblr post about her and how she's like, she's a deadbeat dad, a workaholic, a terrible husband, and I'm here for it because I'm here for women taking over men's fields. And I just thought that was really funny because it's very true. She's taken on quite a actually stereotypical like man of the family kind of role, and I just think that's really funny. Also, like, I love her future adult life wife. She's lovely, but Vanessa. I'm also happy with Vanessa being a lesbian. That's also my next point. Vanessa, Van can remain lesbian. Live your lives, girlies. Live your lives. I'm actually quite passionate about Jackie, right? Jackie is probably my maybe second favourite character because I feel like one of my favourite things about this show generally is that the characters are quite layered. And I love a layered character. Give me the juice. Love it. And I love Jackie because I feel like there were so many elements in the show that were screaming closeted lesbian, right? I've seen, you know, the lesbian flag colours in her room. We've seen the variations in how she dresses. I feel like she portrays herself as more lipstick lesbian vibes to try and pass as straight, but with her fun little going away closet, obviously not closet, but like her outfits that she chose for going away in soccer, football in England, babe, going away to this football tournament or whatever, because I don't know shit about sports, honestly. Her doing that, she's wearing these like soft butch, like kind of futchy pastel, obviously screams vintage to me, but like this is based in what, 96, so it's wasn't vintage at the time, was just on trend. Like these little like soft, like cutesy boy outfits, like little cargo shorts. Cargo's not the right word, I don't think, but like khaki shorts. I think somebody called like her little collars like Peter Pan collars because they're little like rounded ones, of her little shirts. And like, you know, she's got like a cute little like, not tomboy because she's still very soft and femme, but it's like, you know, it's not like those are girls' clothes. It's sort of like, this is a soft futch, softy butch, girly queen. Me trying to use words. Me trying to say things. I also think her and Shauna's friendship / relationship is really interesting and layered in a gay way, and also how they both are with oh my god, what is his name again? have to look up his name. Jeff. I could not remember that man's name. Yeah, I think the interesting way that both of those girls interacted with Jeff in particular, he was more like an accessory to Jackie in a lot of ways. She always, like in all of their like sex scenes, was always just bored, not interested, didn't want anything really returned, even though he wanted to, and she kind of was like, okay, fine, and would just like put up with it. Like it felt very, you know, it felt further than just like cishet woman with cishet guy in the 90s. It felt lesbian coded. And the way that Shauna goes after him whilst they're still together before they have the plane crash, and she becomes pregnant with his baby, it just kind of feels very gay. There's kind of like this weird tension of competitiveness over wanting to be each other's only other kind of vibe. And then also the way that they are with Travis as well when they have a crash, that when Jackie finds out about Shauna and Jeff, she's like, Travis, come here babes, we're the only ones with the V card over here, so we've got to sort this out. So obviously as well, I think Shauna is a chaos bisexual as well. You know, when she was high, she was going for Travis. She was part of that group who were like basically about to assault him when everyone was high on mushrooms. I feel like she does care about Jeff, and I think she may be, if anything, I feel like she might be growing more in love with him in the future timeline, as they are both showing how flawed they are, but still kind of backing each other. And obviously as well, that's like they are each other's one final connection to Jackie, regardless of what actually the connection was for each of them. She was obviously an important part of their lives, to the point that they both go and celebrate Jackie's birthday with her parents every year, which is weird. But like, yeah, I feel like, especially because nothing really ever comes from the connection Shauna and Jackie have together, that it's never really played out because Jackie dies and they all eat her. I think Shauna's character will forever be longing for Jackie. Nobody can compare to Jackie because everything about their relationship or what could have been is basically all in her head, and it's all based on what she maybe wanted or dreamed up or imagined. They just never got that chance to really actually explore it. Lottie. Right, so I feel like Lottie is on that bisexual spectrum. I feel like she is a multi-gender attracted person. However, I do feel like she leans more sapphic. I feel like she's bi with women love leanings or whatever. I feel like there's definitely something kind of charged between her and Travis. They have a particular connection that Travis and Natalie didn't have, and then also vice versa, that Natalie and Travis had a connection that Travis and Lottie could never have as well. I feel like that energy was like charged with something, but also like I just really think she's down for Natalie. Like even as they're all adults, I think there's something between them. Like I'm begging for a past timeline, give me a little kiss or something, just give me a little kiss or something, like something more gay charged, please. But also, I mean, obviously ideally I would just like Natalie to not be dead at all. I don't know. But yeah, like I feel like I don't feel like she labels it, because she's all spiritual woo-woo, but also actually insane. But I think that's the vibe. I think she's open to any gender, but has more leanings sapphically, because as well, before Natalie was her love for Laura Lee. And I think Laura Lee is probably more maybe along the lines of asexual lesbian, maybe, asexual lesbian vibes to me. And I don't think necessarily because she's Christian is why she's asexual, but I think maybe there's a link in there as well. But like, she, I don't know, that definitely never says anything about having any kind of interest in anyone basically. And obviously, of course, you like back in the 90s generally wasn't talked about, especially if you were religious, but like you know, like even one-on-one with her friends, that we just didn't really hear her saying shit. But we did see that there was a special connection between her and Lottie, and I think she was Lottie's first real love. Maybe I think maybe Lottie was, you know, dating boys before because that's what you're supposed to do as a teenager, but she joined football, which is notoriously gay, to be a sports girly. So yeah, I feel like Laura Lee is on the asexual spectrum at the very least somewhere. And I think that maybe is why she then doesn't speak about any other kind of interest in people, whether it's gay or straight. But like that's the vibe. That's the vibe I get. That's the vibe I get from her. Okay? And the fact that, you know, our girlies have somebody they loved who continues to haunt them, you know, very gay. Natalie has Travis still haunting her. Lottie has Laura Lee still haunting her, or like her, you know, their dreams or whatever. And Shauna, I was literally just talking about them. And Shauna has Jackie haunting her for the rest of her life too. Ben can stay gay. Ben can be our token gay, allosexual, cisgendered guy. Like, he can live his life. He's had enough. I hope he's the last person who's like still alive from that group, because I think he would cause the most drama, because he's the one who literally set the heart on fire at the end of that, like, season 2, because the others were like, yeah, we're just gonna start eating each other now. He was like, you know what, I think you all need to die. which is a strong reaction, but also, yeah, I mean, people hate him too in the fandom, which I don't understand why. Because I feel like a lot of the time I'm on his side, actually. Like, I also don't think, I mean, being pescatarian and vegetarian for a large period of my life, and also being autistic, I think I would struggle eating any meat, bar fish. So, let alone eating human, I'm not sure. I think I would also starve like Ben. You know, I just really feel for him in a lot of ways, especially the fact that he was kind of too afraid to come out, and now he's just like in this situation where he's like, cool, I've lost a leg, and I may never see the love of my life. I may never be truly myself in the world, because I'll be dead. You know, I just feel like for the 90s we need a token gay man. That's it. When it comes to Travis, I think Travis was a little bi-curious. I think he was a little bi-curious. I love him so much. Also, the actor's a few years older than me. Hey girl, I see you have the same haircut as me almost. Do you want to kiss? Lighthearted, sort of. I love him, and I'm actually really sad we don't get to see a lot of adult Travis, or we haven't yet. I wonder if we may continue to see more of adult Travis in, like, even in you know, flashback memory sort of way. But like, you know, I think maybe him and Ben have had some chats together, and he's like, you know what? Thanks for the condoms to go and with Natalie, and Jackie and stuff, but like, boys though? Boys? Like, you know, I think they just have some good chats together sometimes. And he's like, yeah, I think boys too, as well. I think boys as well. And Ben's like, yeah, men. But he doesn't really get a chance to explore that. And if he does explore it, we don't see it because we don't really see him as an adult. And he has this very toxic thing with Natalie for a lot of their life, especially around addiction, where they're both trying to deal with the trauma of this whole thing. Obviously everyone in this show is trying to deal with the trauma of this whole thing, but not everybody goes to drugs, is what I mean. So like that's one of the things that bonds them, as well as the fact that they got so close during that time there. But also like that forever thing hanging over Natalie's head to do with Harvey. I don't think I could forgive myself either if I'd done that too. I feel so bad for that character. I just love her so much. I did not write anything else down. Who else is a character? Ben, Lottie, Jackie. So like I know there's a few obviously other Yellowjackets who aren't like as major of characters, but obviously are part of the plot and do move the plot forward. We do see some of them. I know Mari is one of them. I would say I feel like she's mostly straight, but like has some like gay thoughts sometimes. I feel like, yeah, I don't know, I feel like she's very straight, but like maybe she's just, you know, because they're out there for so long, maybe she just pretends. Some of the others are boys sometimes. That's all I'm saying. And I think the girl who was actually called Kristen? Or Kurt, something like that, who they thought was called Krystal. I think she is straight up lesbian. I think she's a lesbian and could have been madly in love with Misty. I think she's the one girly pop who could match Misty's freak up to a point. If Misty didn't do so many terrible things all the time. She could match the cringe freak. She can't match the homicidal breaking shit to be the hero kind of thing. She can't match that. She can't match that freak. I don't think anyone can match that freak really, except from the remaining few people who survived the entire thing, because they all survive for a reason, right? There's got to be a little bit of a freak going on to do that. I'm so bad at remembering names. Oh, I didn't realise his dad was called Bill Martinez. I also think Shauna's daughter Callie is like really aggressively straight, except I think when she goes to college, she'll be like, girls, and like follow down the freaky women line of the family, and also be somewhat bisexual. Jessica Roberts, the PI, right? She was a PI. I think I'm also a little bit sad that she died at Misty's hand, but I think she was definitely a queer. Like I think there was something queer going on, but in like maybe an undiscussed, unlabeled way, where she's like, yeah, I've reached a new level of gay that I cannot possibly pick a particular label ever again. I think that she's in that sphere of gay. Lisa, who is at Lottie's Purple Farm people. The actress is trans, so slay. But like, she's definitely not straight. No straight girly looks like that. Like, you know, I think she's open. I think she's available. I think she's too traumatized to really know or date anybody right now. But I think she's queer too, especially with those piercings. Who is Walter? Walter is Misty's dude. Yeah, I mean, I think he's really straight, but I also think maybe he's... he gives like divergent energy, like not in necessarily the most cis-het way, but like not in a queer enough way either. He's sort of like the cis-het guy with like an honorary gay badge kind of energy. Like he's the token straight that's accepted by the gays, kind of, like, you know? Do you know what I mean? He's very strange and scary, generally. Melissa. Is Melissa the other one? Melissa's the other one. Melissa is so gay. Like, look at her. She is such a tomboy gay. I have no more input. Gay. Like no more feedback. Just gay. Other police guy, Matt, gives me bad vibes. In a straight cisgender way. Also in a police way, but no headcanons, just truth. Besides that, I mean, also the way Kevyn spells Kevyn, I feel like is gay. So like it's a little bit gay, you know? Anyway, that was just, that's my headcanons. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit and have a little bit of fun and just to joke around. And, oh, Jesus. Just to alert everybody to the fact that I really love this show. Is one of the, well, it's quite gory. And those times I really struggle watching. There's a lot of animal gore and also human gore, obviously. And I find those hard to watch, so I spend those moments like this. But I love this show. I think it's one of the few well-written shows, like still currently coming out at the moment, that has passed the 1 or 2 seasons thing. I mean, I guess partly it's not Netflix for one. And it is, you know, diverse-ish. It's queer, and even if it's not like canon queer, it's gay. Like, it's a very gay show, but also it's not all about that stuff. It's about the rest of the plot, but it is about how they are all interacting with each other and about whether this thing is actual paranormal stuff going on or just all in their heads, which I really enjoy. I really like the never really knowing if it's just something that they have all kind of collectively created in their minds together, or if it's supposed to actually be a paranormal story. So I'm excited to find out. I also feel like they don't do too many things per season, and they are well padding out the characters, and they aren't just making the most random decisions to cause like a shock factor. A lot of it kind of makes sense, even if it's shocking. You're sort of like, what do you mean Lottie basically has a cult? And then you're sort of like, well, it will be her second cult, so I'm not that surprised actually. And I think all of the acting is really good. I think the show looks really good, and I just think it's really well crafted so far, and I hope that the seasons continue, but I hope it also comes to a natural end at some point, because that tends to be the issue a lot of the time with a lot of TV shows in the most recent years, is that they either carry on for so long that the show then ends up being terrible and there's never really a very good end. Walking Dead, for example. Or they get cancelled too early and then you never get the, not catharsis, what's the word I want? Closure. You never get the closure of what actually happens to those characters, because it's cancelled after 1 or 2 seasons when the plan was for more seasons. But also, like I said, it's not trying to do too many things per season, so the progression feels natural. Nothing feels too fast or forced, but it also doesn't feel too slow or lacking. Like, I feel like they're doing a really good job so far, and I honestly think they, even obviously like the cast don't always look exactly like each other, but I do think they cast really well for the, you know, past timeline and future timelines. I think for the most part they've done a good enough job that it's like, especially when it comes to like costume and makeup too. So yeah, I'm just excited for this show. And I know if they are gonna just drop the full season in one go, I know I'm going to be seeing and watching all of them as quickly as possible. If not, then that'll be also really nice, so I don't have to try and catch up all in one go. I can savour it, you know? But that's my video for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your headcanons are for these characters, whether it's to do with their sexuality, gender or not. Let me know what your headcanons are. Love chatting fandom stuff as long as it's fun and people aren't getting like too angry or invested in a certain thing, you know. I like the creativity and the way that each of us see things in our own ways, you know. It's just a good fun time. You should go check out my ADHD headcanon video as well while you're here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, watch my videos, share my videos. I will see you next week. Bye.